Today's focus was going to be on revisiting paintings that you've done in the past. This was originally a watercolor that I went over with gouache, and I still couldn't see the little swing here as well as I wanted to, so I thought, I'm going to get out my gouache and see if I can correct that. Well, it has been probably a couple of months since I've used this, and so I opened it up and went, oh, gross. Look what I have. Mold. It's at least, that should be black. There's maybe evidence of that there, and I'm not sure about this. So I guess I'll be doing some cleaning. So if you're not going to use your gouache on a regular basis, I guess just let it dry and then close it up. So I'm going to do a little research on that. Gouache is still fairly new to me, and I like it because it's opaque and it can cover some things up. But I was hoping that this, keep it moist palette would not do that. Oh well. Learn something new every day. I did a little research and I started cleaning up and fixing up my palette. The main thing is use your palette more often. And if you're not going to use it, open it up. You can spritz it with water and then stir it up with a palette knife. Just make sure that it becomes fluid again. Not runny, but fluid again. And I would definitely do this with a palette knife, not a brush, because it's so much easier to wipe off a palette knife and then go to the next color. Now, most of these, I sprayed just a few spritzes with the water, and then I left it a few minutes, and then I came back to mix. This one was really, really dry, and so I started chopping it up. And then I was going to spritz it again, chopping it up, spritz it again. But if it never becomes fluid like this is a big glob, if I can't get that to soften up after spritzing it and stirring it up, then I'm not sure that I'm going to keep that in my palette. Or either just put in some fresher ones. This is Winsor Newton, and so I really don't want to waste it because I can still paint from something that I've lift off when it's dry, but I do want them to be a little more fluid. I did come back and work on the painting while I was listening to how to avoid mold in your gouache, and the main thing I learned was, well, use it more often and stir it up, spritz it if you need to. But hey, if I use it more often, then I won't have this problem. And a lot of people never have this problem, so I'm not sure what I did, user issues, what I did wrong. I also used Q-tips as I finished cleaning one. I would wipe down the edges so that when I close this lid, that the color wouldn't be contaminated into another one. So I just want to keep it nice and clean, and maybe it'll last longer. I found it easier to use a pipette that would control the drop of water into the spaces that you wanted instead of using a spray bottle that would overshoot where you were aiming. I want to show you that even this one is now creamy and smooth. So just put it in the water, break it up, stir it up, go back to it a little bit later. Just takes a little patience. But now I think I have all my paints ready to paint again, and I'm happy. Moral of the story is use it or you'll lose it. Kind of like your brain. Huh. Need to do that more often. Join me in the next video as I show you real time how I painted this gouache painting. I'm experimenting a little bit on painting on a gessoed panel and enjoyed how it turned out. Give me a thumbs up if you learned anything today, or subscribe if you haven't. It really helps my channel grow. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day.